If you're a Ripple and XRP fan, I've got some great news for you. If you're a Solana fan, then I'm sorry, I don't have great news for you. We're also going to talk about some big things happening right now in the crypto market that may affect your holdings. So let's get to the news and your comments. Regenerative Medical Center of Texas chimes in and says, look how much the market's popped with this decision. Indirectly, this is a measure of just how much the SEC is holding back this asset class. Seriously, great observation out there. I had to share this. I got another one too. But how many of you out there have made a comment to a YouTube channel where maybe you didn't go along with what they said and they blocked you, banned you, and so forth? Not on this channel. I bring people that both agree and disagree with me. Why? Because if we see both sides, we're all going to learn something. This is from Toby BR7957. Klaus, the only thing I disagree with you on is that I believe we haven't seen the lows. I think the crypto market has more downside and pain on the short term. With little volume, no regs in sight, and the global macroeconomic conditions worsening by the day, we're setting up nicely for a fall crash. I'm talking 12 to 15,000 Bitcoin. See, I personally think we're out of the worst, but viewers here are thinking, hey, maybe we are still going to see some nastiness. I'm not going to block you or ban you. I'm going to let your opinion go out there because you are what's most important for this channel. XDC up almost 10% at 5.9. XLM sitting at 12.3, 3.5%. Healthy bump from the news we're going to talk about. XRP, though, highlight of the show, 53.8. While, yes, Bitcoin, 27.9. What are we going to talk about first? SEC forced to reconsider Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF. Okay, here's the big misconception. Seen it way too much out there. A lot of YouTubers are saying their application was approved. That's not what happened. What happened was the SEC was like, look, we're not even going to review it. The courts are like, yo, you can't do that. If you review it for company X, you have to review it for company Y and company Z. So the ETF conversion was not approved, but the federal appeal court stepped in and said, yo, girlfriend, if you're going to play in the sandbox, you got to play fair. This ties into what was in the whiteboard behind me. Did you catch it? Great news for Ripple and XRP. I'll explain it, don't worry. Oh, no. This story's for later. We're going to skip that one. Clockwork smart contract startup calls it quits, but Solana price remains bullish. All right, Clockwork is on the Solana chain. Like I said, there's no price action to this news, but it does have to do with people pulling out. The development marks another closure within the Solana ecosystem, prompting questions about the viability of projects on the platform. The startup, which successfully raised $4 million in seed funding last August, will halt active development and deactivate nodes on both DevNet and Mainnet. The reason why is what's important. Garfield explained that the shutdown is rooted in the simple opportunity cost of pursuing a project with limited benefits while being drawn to explore fresh prospects. Basically, it's costing too much to make the thing happen, and there's not enough juice to make it worth it. So yes, this is not directly affecting the price of Solana, but think about that. If builders out there are going, God, we have to put all this money in and we're not even sure what we're going to get out of it, expect more of these builders to pull out. In fact, earlier this year, DeFi platforms Friction and Everland also ceased their activities, and NFT protocol Cardinal halted due to economic conditions. So now you're seeing projects within these chains going, look, no one's buying our stuff, no one's interested, we're just going to have to shut down. The SEC, even though they lost with the whole appeal action today, still has some teeth. I did a story that got pushed under the rug. I will share that with you at the end, how the SEC just went after another segment of crypto and was successful. Nick, hi all, bittersweet news today. The team and I behind Clockwork XYZ have decided to step away from active development and protocol. Got this on Twitter, and as always, any article you see in this video along with my Twitter information will be linked wherever you want in the description below. More bad news for Solana, and I'm not picking on Solana, I just bring the news both good and bad. Bitstamp halts U.S. trading for Soulmatic and Chili's. Ooh, not good. Major exchange Bitstamp has issued an important update for its U.S. users. Again, the U.S. market is super key. That's why I brought up this first message right here from you. Look how much the market's popped on this decision. There is good money in the U.S. markets, but a lot of it's going to stay away until we get clarity. And we're not going to get clarity until what? We get a new regime in that's more pro-crypto. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle as long as the new regime is more pro-crypto. Here is what they halted. Axis, Chili's, Mana, Matic, Near, Sand, and Solana. Sand and Mana, two gaming ones out there. Pretty crazy, isn't it, right? So you get some good news here with a little bit of appeal action saying SEC play fair in the sandbox, but then you've got exchanges out there going, due to regulatory concerns, we're going to have to halt some of this action. Here's that announcement from Bitstamp. Again, you are welcome to read it at your own leisure. Now, XRP. Got a bump on the news, okay? Right before the news, you were sitting at 51.3. We got up to, yes, 54.6. All right. The good news, obviously price is good news. But, let's go big screen and we'll talk about the real good news for Ripple Labs and XRP. And you pet her and you stroke her. Oh, I'm on Kim. Sorry. And I don't want my other bike to get jealous, but my new carbon one is going to kick the shit out of everything. But here's the good news. The good news has to do with what is going on with the case with Ripple Labs. The penalty for primary sales is going to be determined by a jury of its peers. We just learned today, though, that a federal appeals court is like, yo, SEC, you're not playing fair. That news now has circulated all over the globe. Seriously, you cannot go anywhere without reading it. What's important is now a jury of peers is also seeing and listening to these articles. It's going into their head that the SEC isn't playing fair. That plants a seed that there may be the potential out there that the SEC wasn't playing fair with Ripple Labs and XRP. Not that it'll overturn the decision, but a jury of peers might now be more lenient, thinking, God, if the SEC is overstepping its bounds with this, maybe the SEC actually overstepped its bounds with here, and the penalties should be minimal at best. See, this is why this stuff is so important. And in fact, the comment earlier about, hey, look at this. There was 50 billion dumped into the market as soon as this news broke. This is about public information, jury of peers, court of public opinion. This is important. So now we've got a massive story out there about how the SEC just did not do things correctly. And remember, a jury of peers who's listening to the news right now and seeing these articles is going to be determining the penalties for XRP. So even if they're not crypto fans, I guarantee you they're hearing about the SEC being put back in their place for not playing fair in the sandbox. Now, earlier I said the SEC did have a victory and they took a major bite out of crypto. That story got pushed under the algorithms because other breaking news was happening at the time. But it is not good news at all. That video I'm going to have linked right here. You're welcome to check it out. What am I doing today? Preparing for the storm, hunkering down because the next 48 hours are probably going to be fun. But you cool cats, though, stay nice and dry, and I'll catch y'all later.